Chances are you would like to increase your income and or grow your business. I'm going to share with you a success tip that was foundational for me to be able to do just that. I became an entrepreneur initially just in my early 20s, and at the time I had a full-time job as a registered nurse. I was looking for a way to be able to grow my income, make more money, and to be able to live a much different lifestyle. I call it a lifestyle of freedom. That's always been my goal, is to be able to have more freedom in life, more options in life. And I developed, or I should say I developed, I picked up this principle, and I don't know if I was ever taught this, but it was something that I truly began to believe in and focus on. And it was a bedrock principle that allowed us to be able to start a business part-time, eventually grew that business to a six-figure income and beyond, and grew an entire sales organization where we did over $100 million in profits for the entire organization within about a 13 to 15 year period. I'm going to tell you something. The key to being able to do that is what I'm going to share with you today in this video. So if you want to grow your income or you want to grow your business, you want to pay close attention to this success tip. By the way, my name is Jackie O'Quinn. I'm a trainer here with Destiny Global. We bring you success tips every other week, as well as there's Coffee with Ken on Thursdays you can listen in on, and it's all about giving you tips and strategies throughout the week to be able to help you improve your life, to be able to break through what's been holding you back, to be able to propel you for where you want to go and what you want to be able to accomplish. We're going to be coming into the new year, and you're going to be setting goals in 2024 that can radically change your life. And I can't wait. You're not going to want to miss what we have in store for you. So make certain that you follow this Facebook page. Okay, so what is this foundational tip? I'm going to give you, this is I am so passionate about what I'm going to talk about. Here's the key. You need to, and I'm going to give you I'm going to give you a lot of specifics. I'm going to introduce the idea, and then I'm going to give you specifics and kind of show you sort of how we apply this in our lives. So you want to either focus on learning or re-engage your ability to learn. Now, here's what I mean by that. Now, I'm going to expand further. I'm going to give you specifics. So it sounds simple at face value, focus on learning. But all too often what ends up happening is we end up focusing on marketing and not focusing on learning. And if you're trying to improve something, then you can go on YouTube and search, you can go on Google and search, and you can go, on social media and search for answers. And you can actually find some pretty good content for free all around you. But what you will find, about 50% or 60% of what you're gonna find is just marketing messages, whether it's in actual ads or it's in the content you're reviewing. And oftentimes people are presenting things that get a lot of engagement from the masses, or produces a lot of sales. A lot of people want to buy it. It sounds good, it looks good, they're giving you some sort of idea, they're teaching you some sort of concept. And a bunch of people comment, everybody gets engaged, people like it. Someone says, hey, learn more, check out this book, and you can go to Amazon and there's all these reviews on this book, and the book looks like it's killing, and you think, oh, maybe I should buy the book. Listen. And then what happens, you buy the book, maybe you read it, maybe you don't, and then next thing you know, you see another ad or another message somewhere else, and you go chase that thing. We've all been there. We've all been there. You need to make a decision what you want to learn about, where you want to focus, and where you want to get better at. And then if it's improving in business, if you want to start and grow a business, then find someone who's successful at starting and growing businesses. Find someone who started with a small business if you're starting with a small business. If you want to grow franchises, find someone who started with franchises. But here's the key. Get very intentional about learning. Here's the thing. This is especially true if you're 30 years old or 40 years old or beyond. Here's what happens. A lot of times we can be ambitious when we're in our 20s, and then we start to get some results in our life. And maybe we don't hit all of our goals, but we hit some of them. And then what happens is we can get complacent and we can get comfortable. And listen, a comfort zone is a dead zone. So if you want to, grow your business or grow your career, I'm going to tell you, you can't do like most of your peers. Most of your peers are focused on getting comfortable, or at least comfortable enough not to be ambitious about learning and improving. So first thing is you have to re-engage or refocus on learning, re-engage your ability and your desire to want to learn and to want to improve. Excuse me. Now, here's the next thing. You need to find a mentor who has what you want. Find a mentor who has what you want. But here's the key when you find a mentor. I got some notes here. Make certain you have some idea of what their background is. Do your best to research who they are. Listen, for me personally, if there's something I want to learn, if I'm trying to learn something about investing in some sort of exotic financial market, if I'm trying to learn how to do something different in my business and I don't know how to do it, I don't just randomly go to someone who seems like they have the skills or, get some book or go get some course online. I don't just randomly, just because they have a good sales page, just because they seem to have testimonials of people on their sales page, that stuff can be faked. And unfortunately it is all too often. I don't read books about something that I want to learn about unless I'm able to research the author and find out what their track record is. So let's just say I wanted to learn, I don't know, how to invest in dividend stocks or something. I already know how to do that. I already do that. But let's just say that that's what I wanted to focus on. I want to get really good at that. And I didn't know anything about it. I'm not just going to go to Amazon and look for the book with the most reviews. I might do that, but then I'm going to go look at the name of the author. Can I find out anything about this author? What is their track record? Do they have real credibility on this topic? There are a lot of people who have enough credibility to write really good books, for example, or to create really good courses, but they don't have a real track record of implementing that skill in a big way. And if you follow someone who's just a good teacher, but they haven't spent years developing the domain skill, then you're going to end up at some point, you're going to end up, running into a brick wall, and you're not going to be able to know why. And this person is not going to necessarily be able to tell you why, because they haven't run into the same problems that you're running into. So make certain that whoever you're following, whatever mentor you choose, make certain that they have a track record very close in line with what you want to be able to accomplish. It doesn't matter how many books they've written. Listen, I want to say this specifically. Literally this morning, I had a friend of mine who's a motivational speaker. He's on the speaking circuit, the whole 9 yards. He's trying to grow his business. And he says to me, he goes, for far too long, I focused on being really good at delivering my message that can move people. And I haven't focused enough on marketing. He goes, and I've learned if I really want to be successful, I have to get much better at marketing. He said, I can be a bad speaker and a good marketer. And if I can market myself, I can make it as a speaker. He goes, but I can be the best speaker on the planet and I can't market myself, and the odds of me going anywhere is pretty slim. So what he was saying is marketing trumps results. But what I'm telling you, or trumps skill, what I'm telling you is you have to understand that about the industry that we're in, about the world we live in. It's not even the industry, the world we live in. Just because someone can sell books or sell courses or, create a YouTube channel or an Instagram account and they can post content that blows up, just make certain you can research their results. Now, with that being said, there are a lot of people with books, a lot of people with courses, a lot of people, speaking and training that actually do have results. Just make certain you're following one of those that it has credible results. Next up, here's one. You want to figure out, do they actually care about you? See, early on, when we were building our business, we first found a mentor who literally had built a very similar business model in a very similar industry. And so that was the first thing. She obviously had credibility. She grew that business to $1 million and started with almost nothing. So I was like, hey, she made $1 million early in her career. Let me figure out, I haven't made anything yet, or I've made very little. Let me find out what she's doing and follow her lead, follow her example. That's where we started. She had credibility. But here's the other one, is make certain that the mentor you're following actually cares about you and your results. Now, when I say follow a mentor, I think I've already touched on this, but I want to be very clear with this. I don't mean you have to personally know them. You have to personally be able to get on the phone with them and personally coach with them. Maybe you do know them. Maybe you can't coach with them. It could be someone you're following on social media. It could be someone, who's writing books and you're reading their books. It might not be someone that you have easy access to or that you can easily communicate with. However, all of this still applies. Choose the person who has what you want and follow them. But then make sure they have credibility, and then make certain that they actually care about your results, meaning they actually care about you succeeding. Now you may say, they don't know me, they don't care about me. And you could be correct. They don't know you. Hopefully they care about you and your results, but they don't know you. However, oftentimes you can watch someone over a period of time. Are they only trying to sell the next thing, or are they trying to help their clients or their audience get results with the current thing? There's nothing wrong with selling. You can buy somebody's book, and in that book they may sell a course. That's not necessarily a problem. Do they really seem to care about people getting results with the book? Do they really want people to get results with their content, with their training? Do you feel like, hey, there's a lot of other people getting real results? Like, I can see other people getting results. Therefore, I know this is working. So again, going back to my original mentor, she's retired now, but my original mentor, she was building a similar business and she had credibility. And she absolutely cared about seeing other people get results in this industry and growing their businesses. She had, not only did she care about it, but she actually had people getting results. In fact, it seemed like every time we went to a brand new training seminar, there was more stories constantly rising up. And here's the thing, it's not like someone would show up, share their story on stage and disappear. No, you go to another training seminar, guess what? That same person is there. They may not be on stage, they may not be sharing their story, but they're still there. They're still getting results. You could have a chance you might not be able to speak with the mentor on stage, but you could probably run into that person who you saw previously in the hallway. And you could see these are real people getting real results. And it was because our mentor really cared about people getting results. So that's very important. Not everybody who's in the game of teaching and coaching and training, not everybody is focused on helping people get as much results as possible. Sometimes they're just focused on the bottom line. And you need to be focused on the bottom line. But a good coach and mentor is focused on both. They're helping you get the transformation you want to be able to change your life, and they want to see you get that transformation. All right, so they have credibility, research their background, obviously. They actually care about you. And here's another one. Are they qualified to be able to teach you the thing that you want to learn? Now, this is a little bit different. Someone can have a background in business, or they can have a background, in your industry. They can have a background accomplishing the things that you want to accomplish, right? They've done it. They've got credibility there. But then here's the other thing. They care about helping you get results. The other one is, are they qualified to teach you? Are they qualified to train you? The way you know that, remember what I said about my mentor? Not only did she have a track record of having success, she started from nothing and created $1 million business part-time. Not only did she do that, she cared about our success. It was very obvious. She, you would go to a seminar and she would go above and beyond on the training. She went out of her way to go that extra mile to want to see people get results. You would pay for coaching here, you'd pay for a coaching, it was supposed to last an hour, and it would end up lasting an hour 10, an hour 20 minutes, because she just wanted to make certain that you got it, and that she didn't have to say, I want you to get it, you could just feel it in her heart, right? So she really cared about our success. The third thing is, she was qualified because she had a proven track record of being able to help other people. And remember, I told you there would be someone up on stage and they would be sharing, and there was always new successes coming up all along, And I got to tell you, when I first started speaking and I started training publicly for the general market outside of our own organization, our own sales organization, it was very important to me that we saw other people getting results. And one of my absolute favorite story was Sarah Bay. Sarah she was at one of our very first events. She sat on the right-hand side of the room towards the front, and I remember she had a question about a home staging company she was wanting to start. And she didn't know if it was gonna work, and she didn't know how to get started in her community. And we started doing some coaching from stage. And my wife and I were both at that event, and we were both coaching her from stage during a Q&A section. It was a First Steps to Success event, and during that Q&A section, we started helping her. And then she came out of that event. She applied specifically what we talked about from stage, and she started getting results. And it was her first year, second year, I believe, that she broke $300,000 in that business. She just had a brand new child, brand new baby, and she's doing incredible. But for me personally, she doesn't necessarily know that, but that was an incredibly important story for me. And to this day, I collect success stories and I collect success testimonials. I screenshot them and I save them. Why? Because it's important for me. It's important for me to know that we're able to help people get results. Because when I was in those seats learning originally, it was important that I was following a mentor that was helping people get results. New people get new results on a regular basis. So you want to make certain whoever you're following, that they have the background, they care about you, or they care about you getting the transformation that you need or want. The third thing is, are they qualified to be able to teach you? And the way you know that is, have they been able to successfully teach other people? Now, I want to caution you, don't just go to on testimonials on a web page. Hopefully those testimonials are true, hopefully. But if you're looking for a brand new mentor to follow, just assume there's a good chance those testimonials may not be real. Just assume that. It's good to see them, but just assume they may not be real, because unfortunately it's an unethical practice and it occurs all over the place. Listen, there's unethical practices all over marketing. Just like the little fake countdown timers. Oh, we only got 6 spots left. And if you pay attention, all of a sudden that timer resets and they still got 6 spots left. And either they're not selling or they don't understand time. There's a problem there. That's unethical. So you don't want to follow someone who's unethical. And by the way, all you have to do is watch their character over time. Nobody's perfect, but if someone ends up being a little bit shady. If their marketing is shady, then you got to assume they might be shady as well. And you don't want to follow that type of person, obviously. But just be careful for that, because there's all sorts of traps that's trying to derail you from learning. All right, so we talked about how do you find a good mentor. First, you want to be re-engaged in learning, look for a mentor, but find a mentor that has the background, right? They care about your success, and at the same time, they have the credibility to be able to teach you and train you. Now, here's another one. This is big. Once you find that mentor, you have to get rock solid focused. Any books they write, any blogs they have, any social media posts they make, you want to follow them. Everything they're putting out, you want to consume all their free content. Anytime there's paid content and you want to take advantage of that as well. Do they have seminars? Do they have courses? Do they have live trainings? What can you be a part of? Get really focused on learning from them. Now, here's what you need to understand. In the beginning, this is common sense, but typically we always, when we're learning something and we're trying to transform our life for the positive, what ends up happening is we will almost always hit a roadblock or a barrier. And when we hit that roadblock and we hit that barrier, that's when someone else's shiny object, their marketing message appeals to us. And it's like, oh, I'm having a hard time figuring out how to do this thing. Someone else says there's an easier way, or someone else said on their ad, I didn't have to do that thing. So what do? What a lot of people do is they go buy this thing over here. I'm going to tell you, if you're following a mentor that's got results in the thing that you want to do, they can help you work through any roadblocks that you have. You got to be willing to do the hard thing and push through the roadblock and stay focused. Now, that's in the beginning. Eventually, you start to have success. And I'm going to tell you, that is the trap as well. Because for me, when I started to have success, I made my first 6-figure income or multiple 6-figure income, and we were, raising up brand new 6-figure income earners, even millionaires. I remember the first time that one of the clients I was working with became a millionaire, meaning $25,000 a year to a millionaire. And I know for a fact that I played a part in that. It's really easy to think I've arrived. It's really easy to think, wow, I've gotten this figured out. Wow, we're really doing extraordinary things. Wow, I've got a big business, and maybe my business is bigger than my mentor's business was. Listen, I'm going to tell you, always stay focused on learning. Don't ever forget who you're learning from, and be loyal to the message. As long as they're willing to be able to teach that message with the same integrity, continue to focus. Because people would say, why do you continue to go to First Steps to Success, right? That was a training event I would attend. Why do you go to First Steps to Success? And if you want to attend that training event, I'll give you some more details here in a moment. Why do you keep going? And I would say, because, at this time I had quite a stack of results on my own right, my own business. Other people were sitting in that room, and some of them would go off and they would start training, they would start doing this. And I was just staying right there, focusing, building business, continuing to grow business. People say, why are you still here? Why do you still come back to these events? Because I was committed to going to every live training event possible. And I did that for years. And I would always say, because I haven't gotten everything that she's gotten, meaning I haven't gotten the life that she's gotten yet. I haven't accomplished it the way she's accomplished it. I don't understand the way that she understands it. So even though maybe over here I'm doing better, I knew that over here I could improve. And you have to find, and I should have started with this, You have to find an anchor to your future. You have to find, a true north to where you want to go. I told you there's so many distractions along the way. There's always someone else trying to sell you something. There's a social media post, a social media ad. There's some website somewhere. There's always some commercial. Somebody's advertising a book to you. There's always an expert. We live in a day and age of experts. Everybody's telling everybody they can teach somebody something. And unfortunately, it leads to a whole bunch of people selling a whole bunch of stuff and not actually teaching anything. We got AI and ChatGPT, and people are trying to write courses using automated AI software on topics that they don't even fully understand themselves. Like, that's what we have going on. And I'm afraid that's going to continue to be the case. But you've got to know, where is your true north? And when I say your true north, what is anchoring you toward your future? If you're still trying to build this business, and if this training or trainer or mentor helped you get started, and they're still training, and you're still trying to grow business, then you've got to make certain that you anchor to the person who's leading you to your future. And you got to stay laser focused and loyal to a message, and loyal to a methodology, and loyal to a training. And you just got to take it until you reach your goals. And listen, this allowed us to do extraordinary things in our lives. My wife and I both believed this and held on to this firmly. Even through years of having kids, we continue to stay focused and continue to learn from the same mentor for years and years and years, so she eventually retired. My wife, we had kids, we had little ones for a while, and she would be home with the little ones when they were like super young, and I would end up going to training events, and she was totally supportive. You need to go. Why? Because we understood that we had to focus on always be learning, and we had to be learning from the mentor that got us started, and that we were working towards being able to accomplish what they were able to accomplish. And as long as I had something to give, we had something to get, and we had to be very focused on learning. All right, this is a foundational principle that to this day I still focus on. To this day. That training event that we attended back then, by the way, was First Steps to Success. You can attend First Steps to Success now. A gentleman by the name of Mr. Ken Brown ended up buying the company once my mentor originally retired. And he's continued to take this message forward. He has his own pedigree in his own right in business. Used to work for Mr. Ross Perot of Electronic Data Systems. We used to work for Electronic Data Systems, the company that Mr. Ross Perot started. And it worked underneath his son and some of his proteges. He has an incredible acumen when it comes to actually running and building business. And he's committed to being able to take this business, Destiny Global, and this training seminars, First Steps to Success, even further to the masses, to greater audiences around the world, because we know for a fact that this message and this training system has been a mentor for so many people, including ourselves early on. I'm going to tell you something right now. I recommend you get to First Step Success. There's an event coming up. It's likely going to sell out. It's going to be Houston, Texas. I don't care where you have to fly from, where you have to get to. I recommend, if at all possible, that you get there. If you want to grow your income, get a promotion on your job, build your business, get over what's been holding you back and those stuck points in your life, you want to get to First Steps to Success. The very next event is going to be September 29th, 30th, and October 1st in Houston, Texas. There should be a link underneath this video. Go ahead and get your event. Go ahead and get your tickets before the event sells out. Get your airfare booked. Get your hotel reserved, because all those prices go up the closer we get to the event. Go ahead and do it right away. Listen, also, you always have access to these success tips. We're going to be trying our best. If you choose to follow our training, we're going to do our best to be able to help you. You have access to these for free on the Facebook page. Absolutely for free. You have Coffee with Ken on Thursdays, where Mr. Ken Brown himself, the CEO of Destiny Global, is always covering some content, some topic to be able to help you improve your day, improve your week. It's short. It's like a 15-minute segment. So hop on there with Coffee with Ken. That's available to you absolutely for free. And then when you're ready to take your life and your business to the next level, get ready for First Step Success. Now, I will tell you, what we used to teach our own organization was there was 2 really important events for the year. But the most important event was always the event that was either held in September or October. Most people do not understand the strategic advantage to the fall specifically. There's a significant strategic advantage that people are not aware of, and we're going to be talking about it at this next First Steps to Success event. And you're going to get all the nitty gritty. I'm going to show you exactly what we did to be able to take advantage of the fall, how we taught on it, and what we actually did to get results that helped us grow an organization that did over $100 million in profits. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here and join us for the next success tip right here on the Destiny Global Facebook page. Thank you for watching.